Hi. Hi, everyone. Xin chào. Wow. Yeah. The photo quite nice. My photographer who helped me is here also, Nicolette. Yeah, anyway. I hope I look okay because worship always wrecks me. My mascara always comes out on my face. But yeah, so happy to see all of you today. I'm Felicia. Hi. Hi. Do you grow up watching my shows too? Oh man, I'm getting older. Yes, I actually feel it's very interesting that I get to share a short story of my life, about 10 minutes today at this bilingual session. I just came back from Hanoi in July. And just to pull some distance between you and me, I'm going to share you some photos during the trip. Is that okay? Okay. Hello. Okay, my weird mark. Oh, this is me and my unsmiling husband here. We were at the railway at Hanoi. You know, there's an attraction at the railway. 明姐，你要不要站起来跟大家挥挥手？ That's my husband here. And before I continue, I just also want to say hello to Pastor Nam and your lovely family, and hello Pastor Don and your lovely family from New Caris as well. It's great to see all of you here. And just to continue again, the next photo. So it was a short trip with World Vision, and here are some lovely children that I met at the kindergarten in Mong Cha, a small place in Vietnam. The next photo. I got a chance to, do a bit of a paddy planting in at a very beautiful scenic place, and the ladies were really lovely. Really heartbreaking work. So really, 粒粒皆辛苦，饭真的要 like you must really treasure the rice that we eat. And last but not least, there's the food. Yeah, I had this really good breakfast in Vietnam, and the pork. Anyway, it was barbecue, it was lovely, and I also bought something from Vietnam, this little hat, and I just want to give it to someone here. Anyone new here today, first time stepping in this place? Can I give this to you? All right, it's for you. I'll come down and pass it to you. Welcome to church. What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah, okay. May God bless you, Sarah. Xin chào. You learn fast. Okay, actually just a little short introduction about me. I also like to buy things to bless people. That's a bit of my trait. One other trait that is, I realized that it's, I shared before is that I'm quite a scaredy cat. If you arrived a bit earlier, you saw my previous video that I shared 2 years back. I shared about being fearful. Anyone here has a lot of fears in your heart? Felt fearful before? Oh, you're all very brave. Only 3 out of all of you felt fearful before. Okay, never mind. Maybe you're fearful of putting up your hands, but it's okay. Yes, I want to share with you that, I grew up with a lot of fears. And as I prayed about what to share today, this story came up to my mind. So about 13 years ago, I remember I had a hosting job. It was in Sentosa. I had to stand on a very high pole and jump down. It's kind of like a challenge lah. Not jump down, there's a safety net, but I'm very scared of heights. But I didn't really dare to voice out my fears to the production team. And on the day of filming itself, I'm supposed to leave my house by 6:30 a.m. I woke up at about 5+, and I was so fearful. It was a paralyzing fear. I'm not sure if any one of you had that before, but I was so afraid of going to work that I just sat there next to my bed on the floor, not knowing what to do. An hour went past. Finally, it was 7 a.m., and I decided to take my phone and texted the assistant producer and told her that I was not feeling well. After texting her, I felt so rotten because I felt like I lied. On hindsight, I was really not feeling well, but it wasn't a very physical kind of not feeling well. It's emotionally and mentally, I was struggling. I didn't know how to voice out my needs. I didn't know how to voice out my fears. And so I had to grapple with this paralyzing fear in different situations of my life. 2 years later, I received Christ. I gave my life to the Lord. And I remember one of the first few things that I felt the Lord, sometimes there'll be promptings in my heart to do something. One of the very first things that I felt prompted to do was to apologize to the people who were involved on that day. Oh, who was that? Hi. Anyway, back to my story. So I decided to approach 2 people that were present that day. I apologized for what I did. It wasn't the easiest, but I felt it was the right thing to do. To my surprise, they didn't really have very big response. But you know what? A few years later, one of the person actually came up to me to ask for help because this person was facing a lot of struggles in this person's life, and she said, you are the only Christian that I can really trust. And what stood out for me was, in the past, I used to carry a lot of weight of guilt for things that I have done that I wasn't really proud of. But I felt like after receiving Christ, God gave me the courage to face up to certain mistakes that I've made, to apologize, and even grow relationships that I never thought was possible. And I could even be of help to others. One other thing came up into my mind was, recently I was decluttering my house. Any of you are into decluttering? Any cabinets in your house you don't dare to open because it's too much inside? God, okay, you're all I like you, very honest. Why am I sharing this? Because this past 2-3 weeks, I've been spending a lot of time at home decluttering. I packed the kitchen cabinets, I packed the living room cabinets, I packed my husband's office. And it was so clean and organized that I think my husband didn't recognize the house, and I think he didn't recognize me as well. And as I was looking at the kitchen cabinets, inside organized, lesser things, uncluttered, I actually teared. Truth be told, 10 years ago, when I received Christ, 10 years ago, I was about to shift house, and I had 10 large boxes of things that was lying in my rented apartment. And I carried them as I shifted house after house. I never dared to open them up. I never dared to unpack, even when someone offered help. It just seemed like a huge mountain to me. It's a big problem. I felt I was unable to face up to it. And I realized that year after year, as I shifted house, this house shift to this house, shift to 2 floors up, and finally to my matrimonial house right now, these 10 boxes have disappeared. God has given me grace to open them up, throw things away. And right now, as I looked at my kitchen cabinets, I actually have the ability to organize things, throw away things, and understand where things should be. And I think this is a very symbolic thing that I want to share with all of you. I'm just sharing a very vulnerable part of me, is that in the past, I'm only focused on surviving, looking okay on the outside, and that's good enough. When I go home, once I open the door, it's a mess. You can ask my friends, nobody has been to my house if you ask them 5 years ago. Everybody asks me, can I go to your house? I'll be like, oh, it's not possible. It's because there's a lot of chaos as you open the door. I look okay outside, but inside I'm not so okay. I think it's symbolic of my life as well. I think in these 10 years, the 10 boxes also symbolize the weight of my shame, the weight of my fears, the weight of my pain, the weight of my anxieties, the weight of rejection in my life, the weight of hurts as well. I'm not sure if any one of you are like me. You're just surviving, trying to survive. You look okay on the outside, but inside, it's chaotic. I just want to share with you that I've been there before. I think year after year, as the Lord gave me grace to heal, to restore, to meet people that teach me new things, to learn about forgiveness, to learn about love, I was able to shed all this weight that isn't supposed to be on my shoulders. And I just want to share with you that Jesus is someone who has come on earth to bear all of these weights that we are not supposed to carry and shoulder on our own. And I don't think I'll be able to stand here to share with you about, my life, because for the very first time in my life, as I look at my kitchen cabinets, I realized the work that God has done in my life, which is not only given me capabilities that otherwise I wouldn't have, but also the ability to really understand myself, really know who I am, really know who He is, and also knowing how others can relate to me. And I just want to share that if you're hurting, if you are in pain, if you are feeling anxious, or if you are feeling hopeless, I pray that today you will meet the love from God, because He loves you and He has brought you here for a very special purpose. And I pray that the words that you hear today will touch your heart, and you'll be willing to open your heart wide to receive the love of Jesus. Thank you.
Thank you, Felicia. Thank you, Felicia, for your sharing.